it says, unless you are determined in your fear of the Lord, your house is going to come down on you. Right. Now, if you sinning and you falling off, you going back to your old ways and, you know, in your secret sin, the Most High got something for you. Right. You're not just going to get away with that. You're going to get judged for that. Right. Now, if you're a brother in this truth and, or sister, you being diligent and you start getting slothful, right? You stop studying, you stop reading, right? You're not praying as much as you used to. You're not going, trying to make it to the feast days, right? Making little petty excuses, knowing that you could go, but you just don't want to sacrifice that sleep, you know? You could, but you just don't want to, right? The new moon ain't important enough for you, right? Or this feast day not, I can miss out on this. You being slothful, unless you, like it says, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, right? And that's why when I pray, I try to pray for more fear, right? Not only for me, but for the whole entire congregation, or for even for all of Israel. Because as we look in the world, it's a lack of fear of the Most High. There's a lot of lack of fear of the Most High in these last days. A lot of our people don't fear God whatsoever, right? You know, and that's because again, He's not dealing with us face to face, right? It's like it says in Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Right, grab that bubble shot real quick.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 11.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Oh, getting there.
Right, Ecclesiastes and the so-called canon. Right.
Mm-hmm. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Because sentence against an evil work is not exceeded speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right, because it's not set. Slakia. It says the heart of the sons of men are set to do evil. Right. So the Most High, He's patient. Right, He's very patient in His judgment as well. So because you're not getting, you're not hearing the brothers dying in their sleep, or you're not getting smacked in your head by an angel that you can't see every time you sin, or something being taken away from you, you know, you think it's just okay. You're not gonna get judged for that, but surely you're not gonna get away, man. Right? You're not gonna be acquitted for that. You gotta pay for that. Right. So a lot of our people, you know, we just tend to go through with the sin and still do it too. I before I was like that, right? I'm not I wasn't perfect coming in here. Around the time I was still learning. It was things that we all have a fight and we all struggle with a lot of things, right? Everybody got the thing that they struggle with, So it comes a point where you're going to be held accountable for everything you do, but once you're in the knowing more, you're going to be held even more accountable, right? Just like you discipline a child that's older, right? You got the older kids. Let's say you got an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, right? And then you got a 5-year-old, and then you got a 3-year-old. You're gonna expect your 8-year-old not to do what your 3 and 5-year-old is doing because he's older. He knows more. He understands more, right? It comes with being disobedient to me, your father or your mother, right? I don't expect you to go, in the refrigerator and throw some juice all over the house when you're 8, 10, 11, 12 years old. A 3-year-old would do that, you know, because again, you'll he's young as a kid, right? So once you still in the knowing and you know a lot more, you're gonna be held to a higher standard, just like the brothers that teach too, right? There's gonna be a worse judgment for the brothers that teach because they know better, right? So unless you hold yourself diligently in the fear of the Lord, your house shall be overthrown, and you'll start to see things happening in your home. And you're gonna put two and two together. Your wife start going off, right? Your husband start going off, right? Your kids start rebelling, right? You may lose your job. You may lose your car, you may lose some money, whatever it may be, right? Everybody in the house may be rebelling against you, right? Just like it says, the curse, and that's one of the curses that we may suffer, right? The enemies of the enemy of a man shall be the men of his own household, right? Just roughly paraphrasing. What's that? Micah 7:6, right? So you're gonna start to see these things happen to you. Just because it ain't happening immediately, you think you can get away with sin. Sure enough, you're gonna have some type of judgment for that, right? So I won't drag that on too long. So we pretty much get to understand. So it says in the GNT, unless you are determined in your fear of the Lord, your house is going to come down on you. Right. So let's go to let's go to a couple precepts real quick. Let's go to Psalm 125 and verse 3.
Psalm 125,
Mm-hmm.
verse number 3.
Psalm 125.
Psalms chapter 125 and verse number 3. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity.
Right. And you see that? Read that one more time, King.
For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity.
Right. Lest the righteous put forth his hand and through the scriptures, who is the rod? Can anybody answer that? Who is the rod? Right? Or who could be the rod? Right? As we know through the scripture, right? Yahweh, right? That could be the rod, right? But the rod of the wicked is what? Right. Let's go to Psalms 13.
Psalms what?
17, 13.
Oh, Psalms 17, verse 13.
17 and 13. Baba Kasha.
Psalms chapter 17, verse number 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Right, which is thy sword. Right. So the most I can have somebody judge you, can have the heathen judge you, right? He can have that rod touch you because, like it says, and you go back to Psalm 125 and 3, read that one more time.
Psalms 125 and verse 3. For the
Uh-huh.
rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity.
Lest you put your hands towards iniquity, right? Unless a man hold himself diligently of the fear of the Lord, right? The rod, the rod is going to touch you, right? Or your house is going to start to fall apart. You're going to get some type of judgment. You're just not going to get away with it, right? So that's pretty much what this is talking about, right? So either your house is going to start to fall apart, your rib may go off, your husband, your kids may start to go off, right? It may be just bad energy in the house. Everybody might start to rebel against you, right? You're going to have to pay for it in some way. It may not be now. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be 2 years from now. It may be later on, right? And that's that Ecclesiastes 11. But the Lord is patient, right? The Lord is patient with that. But let's go back to Sirach,
Sirach 27,
verse 4.
verse 4. As one sifteth with a sieve the refused remnant, so the filth of a man is his talk.
Right? It says the refuse remaineth, so the filth
Oh,
man in his talk, right? So again, you know, as we see here, we going into speech. Speech reflects true feelings, right? Now, some of these aren't really exact translations, but we're gonna break it down. So it says, your talk shows your faults. It is like Salaki, it is like a sieve that separates out the rubbish, right? So again, when we read in the KJV, it says, so the filth of a man in his talk. So the way you talk sometimes, the things you say, you may slip up and say something you really didn't mean, or you meant to keep held within, right? You may talk too much, right? You one of them storytelling brothers, telling all these stories, and back then how the things you used to do, and you may share some thoughts you may not want it to by mistake, right? It says your talk shows your faults. It is like a sieve that separates out the rubbish. So a man can know you just basically off of you talking too much, right? That gossip, you got a lot to say about a certain brother. You don't talk much, but when this brother comes up as a topic, you got a lot to say, right? Your true feelings start to come out, right? You're sifting out, your true feelings, right? Like I said, it's like a sieve that separates out the rubbish, right? Now I know how you really feel about this brother, or now I know how you feel about me, right? And you never know, right? That brother could be going go back and tell that brother how you really feel about him, right? Or you can hear that from somebody else, how somebody else feel about you, based off of you, uh, pretty much running your mouth, man. Right. So let's read verse 5.
Verse 5. Sirach chapter 27, verse 5.
Hmm.
The furnace proveth the potter's vessels, so that the trial of a man is in his reason.
Right. The trial of a man is in his reason, right? I wanted to grab a scripture real quick. I'm moving a little too fast. Let's go to Sirach 20, and let's see, verse 6.
Sirach chapter 20 and verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue, because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence, keeping his time.
Right. And some
I mean,
some silence. Yeah, you good. It says some keep a silence knowing his time, right? It says some men hold his tongue because they are not to answer, right? And it's not always it's not always required of you to speak on something, right? It's not always required to say something about somebody. Just like in the book of Proverbs, right? Let's go to Proverbs real quick. That was 20 and verse 6.
Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 6.
Nah, Salaki. I was talking about it. Let's go to Proverbs 17 and verse 28.
Proverbs 17 and verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise.
Right,
And
read.
he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding.
Right. It says, even a fool when he holds his lips, his Salaki, when he holds his peace is counted wise. Right. So, somebody could be foolish, not really understand who you are, who a person is, or pertaining to a certain topic, but when he's quiet, you could be counted wise. You don't say anything. Right. A lot of people could be talking about a certain brother or sister in a group setting, and you the one that didn't say anything. Right. The person that they talking about could be easy, overhearing it and just waiting for you to say something, but you keeping your mouth shut. Right. You keep your mouth shut about it because you don't want to be a backbiter. You don't want to be you know, adding fuel to the fire and gainsaying your brothers and sisters behind their back. You could be counted wise. But it says even a fool, when he holds his peace, is counted wise. Right. Even if you do feel a type of way, right? If you don't have to say how you feel, it's gonna come out regardless, in some type of manner. But if you're overhearing how a certain brother or sister is, don't just go off of what somebody's saying, how they are, or what they've done, or the deeds that they do. Right? You want to be just. Right? You don't want to be you don't want to be a fool. Right? It says in the GNT, it says the way you think shows your character just as surely as a clean shows any flaws in the pottery fire. Right? So let's I had a precept there. Let me see. Did we read verse 5 or was that verse 4?
That was
Was that 4?
verse 5.
You read verse 5?
I'm
So
sorry, that was verse. Uh, I'm sorry.
back in Sirach 27.
Oh,
God, that was verse 5.
That was verse 5. Okay, con.
yeah, I was at 2.
All right, we got some precepts. Grab Proverbs 25 and 9.
Proverbs chapter 25 and verse number 9.
Uh,
And it reads, debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself, and
mhm.
discover not a secret to another.
Right. Discover not a secret to another. Right. That's a powerful precept. Right. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor. If you got an alt with somebody, if you think they did you wrong, you think they talking about you, think they feel some type of way about you, you approach that brother or sister, you know, and not really, not in a manner to where you being aggressive. You want to approach that brother or sister humbly, right? But it says, and discover not a secret to another. And that's one thing too. Listen, man, Proverbs and Sirach, man, it's a lot of wisdom in this book. Like just based like dealing with each other, dealing with our people, man. Because this happens a lot, right? Gainsaying and talking about people and gossiping, right?
So,
Backbiting. It's a lot, man. Right? Go, you want to say something, King?
I got a precept to go talk about what you're talking about right now.
Uh-huh.
You got Job 13, and you start at verse 4.
Job 13. Job chapter 13 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
Right, read on.
Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom.
Yeah, so like he's going into just hold your peace sometimes. Even the fool is counted wise when he holds his peace.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it goes right hand in hand with it.
Huh.
Uh,
Huh. Yeah, man. You know, sometimes you could just be quiet on a certain situation. You don't got to speak all the time. But Israel got to be heard. You know, Israel want to gain uh join a multitude, not to do evil, but a multitude to gainsay. Right? You want to gather together in a group and have a jump a brother, jump a sister in a group conversation, right? Gainsaying and spreading lies about somebody.
So
Right?
Laki, I got one more for you, King.
Go ahead, beloved.
Let me get Proverbs 17. You can start at 3.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 3. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me.
Laki, that
And,
Proverbs 17.
oh, my bad. That's Psalms. My bad.
Good.
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 3. The fining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold. But Yahweh trieth the heart.
Read on.
A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue.
That goes right hand in hand with what you're speaking on also, King.
Carl. Hannah says a wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, man. Right? Our people love to hear something about somebody. Right? That family member, you go to the family reunion, right? That's not even that. Just damn these wicked holidays that we love, our people love to gather with. Thanksgiving. That's like the gospel holiday, bro. Right? Everybody separating their corner with their plate of food, go outside, smoke with your uncle and your auntie. You know what I mean? Doing all types of sin, go gainsaying, talking about everybody that's bringing certain people to the gathering, to the family now. Oh, you see Sequisha? Yeah, she with that dude now. Yeah, she should have been left. You know what I mean? Just gainsaying. You know what I mean? Just talking trash. Right? Our people love to do that, man. We got a lot of energy for that, but no energy to come together and actually solve problems and talk it out. Right? Like the precept the sister brought out in Proverbs 25. Right? If you got a problem with somebody, go to that person. Our people love to avoid, confrontation. You got all the energy to go destroy your brother, right? And I believe I said this before. You got all this energy. Our people got so much energy to go destroy and create arts, if you got a problem with somebody, you want to go jump them, right? Calling people up, yeah, you got a problem, but you got no energy to actually think or hold your tongue and go talk it out with that person. You know, you sit down and tell that person that, y'all may be friends after that. You may get an understanding. Are people scared to, a lot of our people are scared to have a relationship, with a fellow Israelite, man, a brother or sister, and it's sickening, right? Just based off of, rumors and stuff like that, right? Let's go back to Sirach, God. Sirach
Oh, I,
27.
all right. I think they wanted me to do verse 10
Oh, you
too.
wanted to fix that? All right, go ahead, read that.
I'm
And
gonna read the whole thing
Proverbs.
here. Debate thy cause, yeah, Proverbs chapter 25, verse 9 and 10. Debate thy
Okay,
cause with thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another. Verse 10. Lest he that heareth, unless he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thine infamy turn not away.
right. Let's see, put you to shame, man. Let's see, hear it, right? Because again, a lot of times he is gonna get back to them, right? The person you think you can trust, yeah, his brother, yeah, don't say nothing, but you gotta watch some brothers. You gotta watch some sisters. When they start a sentence with don't say nothing, don't say nothing, but you gotta watch brothers like that. You gotta watch sisters like that. Some wickedness about to come out their damn mouth about somebody, right? Yeah, yo, don't say nothing, but this sister right, this brother right here, such and such, yeah, I don't know. They warning you about, you know, spreading rumors, right? Giving you a perception of somebody that they don't even know yet, right? They wouldn't dare say it to their face what they just told you.
Right.
They'll say it to you so you can know how they feel about that person because they think, you're their friend, right? They think you're gonna keep the secret, right? But that's not according to the law, man. Right? That's not according to the law, statutes, and commandments, right? This is something that we should keep, right? This is something that we should have honor amongst each other to do these things. This is why a lot of these other nations they can live amongst each other, right? And I've always had that jealousy seeing other nations of people to this day living together, the mothers with the sons, the daughters, and they all adults, man, living in one household, you know, and it could be a small household, or eventually they get what they want. They all put their money together, they can live together. But it seemed like Judites, man. Judah is something wrong with Judah, man. We just can't dwell together as a people. We gotta kick our kids out. We gotta have alts, we gotta argue. These curses is definitely real, man. Curses is real. But I've always had that type of jealousy, and that goes from just having alts with each other. We can't talk it out. We always gotta, you know, and just I'm gonna just say it the only way I know how to say it, but let your nuts hang. Everybody gotta let their nuts hang, and just show that you ain't no punk, right? But let's go back to Sirach, King. Let's go back to Sirach,
Right. Chapter
27.
27 and verse 6.
Uh,
The fruit declareth if the tree have been dressed. So is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man.
mm. It says the fruit declareth if the tree has been dressed, so is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man. I'm gonna read that in the GNT. It says, you can tell how well a tree has been cared for by the fruit it bears, and you can tell a person's feelings by the way he expresses himself. See that? So a lot of people, and that don't have to necessarily be with gainsaying, just like even when we bring it out, we be passionate about it because it really vexes us. We really want to get the hell up out of here. Now, if you want to, you take it to somebody gainsaying somebody or talking trash about somebody, their true feelings, right? You may be talking, you may have talked to somebody that thought somebody was your friend, and you telling them certain things, and they may say something in a certain way that make you question like how they really feel about you, right? How they really feel about you, or may ask them a favor, and they may address you in a certain demeanor that you may not like, maybe a little aggressive or a little like irritable, like I'm kind of tired of you, you know. right? That's that fruit, man. It's gonna show, right? It'll show a person's true feelings, right? A man's countenance is definitely gonna show how they really feel about you. You can't really hold that back, man. You can hide it but so long. You can only hide how you really feel about somebody but so long. And it's gonna come out eventually, right? But it says you can tell how well a tree has been cared for by the fruit it bears, and you can tell a person's feelings by the way he expresses himself. Right? Go ahead, read verse 7 out.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 7.
Okay.
Praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is the trial of men.
Right? This is the trial of man. Men that love to speak, men that love to talk. Right? We love to talk, man. We love to express our feelings. Uh, you know, tell how thorough you are, how thorough what you did. Back in the day, brother, I was this, and that. You gotta brag about yourself, what you used to do, right? GNT, it says, never praise anyone before you hear him talk. That is the real test, right? But again, you don't want to praise somebody before you really get to prove them. Just like it says, prove a friend, right? The book of Sirach, chapter 7, I believe it's 6, right? You got to prove somebody, right? You can't just go based off of his actions. You got to really see how this person thinks and how they feel, right? Like it says, we just read, some man holdeth his tongue and is counted wise, right? A fool hold his tongue and is counted wise, but you don't know he's a fool until he open his mouth, right? So sometimes you can't just give men credit based off of their status or who they are. You got to really let them open their mouth and show who they are, how they talk, right? So you can know their true character, right? So speech reflects true feelings, man, right? So it's a good topic right here. We need to take heed to this as a people. Not really want to be caught up in the game saying your brother and your sister, right? You don't want to be caught up in that because it's only a pit that you're gonna fall into. Right? We're supposed to be gathering together, oh people not desired, not gather together to gainsay and talk trash about a brother and sister because you think you think you just holier than thou. I got a better understanding than this brother. This brother, I don't know about this brother, man. I could break that down better than he can. I don't think this brother should be doing this and that. I don't think this sister should be this. We gotta stop that, man. We all coming out of the world and trying to be holy and perfect as the Lord has called us to be, man. So we need to have more mercy on each other and actually address each other personally if you got an issue or alt with each other, right? Or even if you got an alt with somebody they don't even know, right? You got to go to that person. Just like Yashiyah. Let's grab that real quick, right? You want to be sitting there gainsaying and talking trash and think you just gonna get into the kingdom, man. Got secret feelings about brothers, right? Got secret feelings about your brother, your sister, not making it known. You secretly hate your brother, right? Let's go to the book of Matthew, right? Let's see. Let's go to Matthew. What I want. Right? Matthew 18. Yeah, I'm here too. I'm just looking. All right, Matthew 18 verse 15.
Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
And him alone. So like it, see, it didn't say go and tell your fault to your big homie, or to your favorite sister in the camp, or to your favorite brother in the camp. Somebody that's not even in this truth. Because they ain't saying you anyway, right? It said what? Read it from the top.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
It's between thee and him alone, right? Read.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Right. And that's the whole purpose, man. You want to gain a brother and sister. You don't want to run a brother and sister off. Because again, like a lot of us are coming out these religions, man, from the world, such as Christianity, especially Christianity. There's so much gossip and gainsaying and talking trash about people in that damn religion and these churches, Baptists and Methodists. Bunch of gossip queens up in there, man. Even the men, a lot of the men up in there is queens too, right? That's all they do is talk, right? So when you bring in characteristics like that from the world and you bringing that into this truth, man, you may lead some people to not want to be here anymore. You got to be careful, man. You may offend a little one. You may offend your brother or sister because that's why some people say, man, it's like it's no different. And of course, we still suffer from curses, but if we come here supposed to be putting off the old man and old woman, you don't want to be that old woman that's still gossiping and got something to say about your sister that you don't really know, just be based off of how you feel about her, or how you what I mean, just nonsense, man. We got to stop that, right? You got to build up the courage, right? Grow some, grow some, and approach the person personally, right? We so scared to do that. We're not scared to go call up your sisters and aunties to go beat some ass down the street. But if you go to that person one-on-one and try to talk it out, our people are afraid, definitely afraid to do that. What I mean? We got to overcome that, man. Right? We got to overcome that. And this is a law, and this is a commandment that we should do. We should have, something that we should take to heart. And we will be better off as a people, man. Way better off. It'll be less separated households. It'll be less strife within the community, less strife between camps, less strife between brothers and sisters. You understand? Just go to your brother, talk to him, man. And you compare that up with the precept the sister put in the chat, right? Powerful precept, Proverbs 25, right? You got another precept sister got in the chat, right? You compare that up, Matthew 18 and 15 with Proverbs 25.
Is that 9?
Verse 9 and 10, right? Grab this other precept. Let's grab Luke 17 and 3.
Luke chapter 17, verse 3. And it reads, take heed to yourself. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him. And if he repent, forgive him.
Right. If he repent, forgive him. Right. If he trespass against you, rebuke him. That don't mean sock him in the jaw, put him in the headlock. Like, nigga, you trespass, nigga. What you now? You ain't gotta be aggressive with your brothers and sisters, man. Rebuke him according to scripture. You know what, brother? Yo, listen, man. Let me come talk to you real quick. You got a second, brother? You want to be, yo, brother, come here. Let me talk to you, man. You got to calm down sometimes, because one thing too, a lot of brothers and sisters don't understand, where a lot of brothers come from, what they came out of, used to do. You got to watch how you talk to brothers sometimes, man. You can't just, yo, brother, come here, man. Let me talk to you. You got to come calm to some brothers, right? You got to come seasoned with salt. Right, let's get Proverbs 27 real quick. Right, while we here. This is a great precept, man.
Proverbs 27.
Right, 27, I believe, is 9.
And 9.
I believe it's 9. That's what I want.
That's ointment. You said Proverbs, right?
Con, that's exactly what I want. Con.
Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart. So does the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel.
Right, by hearty counsel, not a stern counsel or not a counsel with your ego, letting your nuts hang and, brother, you apologize to me, man, because what I could have did to you, bro. I'm really, this true, brothers like to throw them threats out there to let you try to remind you of what they used to be. You know what I mean? Try to put some fear in you. Yeah, because I wasn't, you know what I mean, I wasn't always in this truth, man. I wasn't always righteous, God. You gotta watch her, so you need to apologize to me. You know what I mean? You gotta be more humble with your people, man. Because that may spark something, that may spark a situation that you may not have been prepared for, you know. But it says, ointment and perfume rejoices the heart, so doth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel, right? A hearty counsel, not a counsel of, you know, just rebuking your brother, trying to destroy him mentally or destroy his spirit, you know. Well, let's go back to Luke. Read that one more time. Back to Luke 17.
Luke chapter 17 and verse 3.
Mhm.
Take heed to yourself. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him, and if he repent, forgive him.
Right. If he repent, forgive him. Right. You got to forgive him. You understand? Read verse 4.
Verse 4. And if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, thou shalt forgive him.
Right. You shall forgive him. Right. If he trespass against you 7 times, you shall forgive him 7 times, man. So you always got to have, just like the same way you want the Most High to have mercy upon you, you got to have mercy upon your brother as well. Right. You don't want to be somebody that's, unmerciful. The same way you're merciful towards your children. Right. You want the Most High to be mercy towards you, have mercy towards you, right? Right. We getting a little ahead, but let's go to Sirach. Right. We're gonna jump ahead a little bit. Let's go to the next chapter.
Sirach 27.
Right. Go to verse 28 and verse 4.
Sirach chapter 28 and verse number 4.
Mm-hmm.
He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and does he ask forgiveness of his own sins?
Right. That's a question, man. Right. You show no mercy to a man that's just like you, a man that falls short, a man that has odds, a man that has sins that needs to be forgiven, that needs mercy, just like you need mercy. And yet you think you're gonna get mercy from the Most High, right? Right. These are things that we need to keep in mind on the daily, man. Right. We need to have patience with each other. Right. So those are some powerful precepts, y'all. You know what I mean? So y'all can all pray them all together through the Spirit. Right. So have mercy upon your people. Be gainsaying, talking trash. It's gonna come out. Whether you speak or not, it's gonna come out, man. Right. Whether you talk to your sister, your favorite sister, or your favorite brother, it's gonna come out regardless. Right. And just like Hamashiach say in Matthew 12. Let's go to Matthew 12 and 36.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse number 36.
It might be 38.
All right. Matthew chapter 12 and 38. The certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master,
Matthew,
we was.
what chapter you at?
12 and verse 38.
You in Matthew or Mark?
I'm in Matthew.
Matthew 12 and 30. All right, go to verse 36.
In verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment.
Right, in the day of judgment, you shall give an account in the day of judgment. So everything you speak, everything you talk about, everything you say about your brother and sister, you're gonna give account for it. Right. So you gotta watch your mouth. You can't just say all these things about somebody and think it's not gonna get brought up. Right. Just like I say, everything is gonna come to light, man. There's nothing that shall be hid that shall not be, that shall not come to light, like the scriptures say, right? Read verse 37.
Verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
By thy words thou shalt be condemned. You understand? Right? One more precept. Jump through the precepts today, man. Go to Job 15:6. Then we're gonna jump back to Sirach. We're doing good on time.
He said Job 36.
15 and verse 6. Baba Kashaw.
All right. Job chapter 15 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of thy crafty.
Right. Thine own mouth condemneth thee. Right. Job 15:6. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thine own lips testify against thee. All right. So y'all see that? Your own mouth can condemn you. It's gonna it's gonna testify against you. So you gotta watch what you say too about people, right? So just like the topic we just went over, speech reflects true feelings. You know, you don't want to be dishonest with your brother and sister either, right? Your fruit is definitely going to show when that brother sister come around. It could be your fruit going to show whether you hide it or not. It may be a brother sister that you have a problem with. Your demeanor. A lot of y'all think y'all can hide your demeanor sometimes, right? You may think you can hide your demeanor with somebody, or you know, you think when a brother come around you can be fake, or a sister come around you can be fake. A lot of Israel don't know that it shows more than you keeping your mouth shut. The way you act and how your energy change around certain people when they come around, right? A lot of y'all don't understand that it shows, man. Right? Let's see. Let's go back to Sirach for the sake of time. Let's go back to Sirach.
Yep.
Let's go to verse 8, 27 and 8.
27 and verse 8.
Come on.
If thou followest righteousness, thou shalt obtain her and put her on as a glorious long robe.
Right. If thou obtain righteousness, and what is righteousness? Right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 6 and 25.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before Yahweh our God, as he have commanded us.
Right. The commandments. Right. That's the righteousness. Right. But it says, if thou followest righteousness, thou shalt obtain her. You understand? And that her is what? That wisdom. Right.
Amen.
The book of Sirach and Solomon, wisdom is likened unto a woman or a kinswoman, a beloved woman of Israel. You understand? You're gonna obtain her and put her on as a glorious long robe. Right? Read verse 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in Deuteronomy. Verse 9. The birds will resort unto their light, so will truth return unto them that practice in her.
Right? So will truth that return. So like it says, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. Right? So just like the birds, it says the birds will resort unto their like. You understand? People attract certain people. What's wrong? What you want? Huh? All right, go get some. Ask mommy. So like it. Right? It says the birds will resort unto their like. Right? So people attract certain people. You understand? That's why oftentimes we come into a certain congregation, we come into a certain group, right? Based off our spirit, what our spirits attracts to. Right? It says the birds resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in it. Right? Let's go to let me read that in GNT. It says birds come to roost with those of their own kind, and the habit of honesty comes to those who try to be honest. Right? And that's popular. That's true, man. Right? If you being honest, it's gonna become a habit. Right? You always lying and making excuses. You're gonna tend to resort to lying and making excuses. Right? You want to practice being honest. Right? The same way birds resort to is like if you always keeping the commandments, and you're always being diligent, you're not being slothful, it's gonna be a habit to you. It's gonna become a habit. It's gonna be like it's what they say in the world, second nature, right?
Mhm.
Come to you like a sixth sense, right? But it says, and the habit of honesty comes to those who try to be honest. All right, now let's go to verse 10.
Verse 10. Sirach chapter 27 and verse 10.
Mhm.
As the lion lieth in wait for the prey, so sin for them that work iniquity.
Right, so sin that for them that work iniquity. Right now, if you being dishonest and you doing the things you ain't supposed to be doing, right? Sin is waiting at the door, man. Right? Sin is waiting for you. It says, as a lion lieth in wait for the prey. That's how sin waits for you, right? these demons trying to get you to go off, man. Right? That's how it is on the left hand. Or on the right hand, you have angels that try to, encourage you and build up your spirit. On the left hand, you got demons that want to get you to go off, get you back into the ways that you used to be, doing the things you used to do. Right? Your old lust and your old feelings towards certain people. Man, I'm feeling lonely, man. Let me text Jabone Quick and see what she up to. You know, you text that one person that's just down for whatever, anytime of their life, they just ready for you. A lot a lot of brothers, when you come into the truth, it's like you'll see a lot of things change for you once you come into knowledge. When we first came in, you had access to a lot of things easily. Like we talk about that a lot. People start throwing themselves at you that never hit you up, get texts out of nowhere. It's almost like you hit the damn lottery and they know, right? But spiritually, right? It's almost like spiritually hit the lottery. People start texting you, and men and women start texting you, that you used to deal with back in the world, right? It's almost like that. You got to abstain from that because again, it's, as the lion layeth in wait for the prey, so sin for them that work iniquity. Right now, if you associate with those old people and those old ways, it's gonna come for you, right? It says sin waits for those looking for a chance to sin. Mm. Sin waits for those looking for a chance to sin, just as a lion waits for his prey, waits for prey, man. That's
Mm.
heavy, man. You
God.
know, you definitely got to be careful here because it's right there. It's not like we don't have cell phones and everything is at our fingertips, man. We got the internet. You know,
Just
we
look
got
outside.
time. What do you say?
I said you just look outside.
Yeah, you looking outside, man. On the day to day, you see that. You know, it's crazy, man. It's like like when it's summertime hit in Philly, soon as it get warm outside, it just our sisters, man, they want to be naked, right? They want to be naked, and brothers succumb to that, right? They succumb to that, right? And sisters succumb to that. They can't wait till it get hot. They want to show their body off, you know. And then they want to cry when they get a brother that ain't about a damn thing. Don't give a damn about them, right? Just wanted to smash and pass, right? Just starting the whole cycle, making these monsters of menstruous women again out here on the streets, that's out here stealing cars, murdering their sisters and brothers out here, right? Completing the cycle all over again. Just off the weather getting hot, you know, looking for a chance to sin, advertising, right? It's waiting for you. So we got to be careful, man. We got to keep that guard up. Never let your guard down. All right. Let's go to verse 11, Baba Shaw.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 11. The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
but a fool changeth as the moon.
It says, but a fool changes as the moon, right? A fool always talking about this, talking about that, but it says the discourse, it's like the discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, right? You want to continue with the godly man, right? Just like we read in Salaki, we just read in the previous chapters about, wearing out the door of the elder men. You want to be around them elder men, right? I believe that was in Wisdom of Solomon, actually, Salaki, right? Um, let's see. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8.
Solomon. Oh, damn,
Yeah,
Song
we're
of
gonna
Solomon.
and then Salaki, we're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8. You can read verse 8.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and 1.
Verse 8.
Wisdom reacheth, first, say again.
Verse 8.
All right. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, and and sweetly does she order all things.
That's Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. 8 and 8. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 8. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjureth all aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtle the subtlety of speech,
Subtilities.
subtleties of speech, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of seasons and times.
Right, of seasons and times, right? This is talking about wisdom, right? Go ahead, read all the way down to verse 10.
Verse 9. Therefore I purpose to take her to me to live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things, and a comfort in cares and grief.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. For her sake I shall have esteem among the multitude, and honor with the elders, though I be young.
Right, though I be young, right? So when you hang around a man that has wisdom, right? You hang around the elder men, you get that wisdom, right? That's that godly wisdom, right? When you hang around a godly man, it says the discourse of a godly man back in Sirach 27. The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, right? So it's a lot of ungodly men out here. It's a lot of ungodly men you could be hanging out with. But you want to be hanging out with the elders that have the wisdom, if you have access to, or if not, you could be, just watching breakdowns, or try to get in touch with some of the elders, talk on the phone, right? And this is and that's one thing too, just a side note. There's a lot of camps out here that you can't really get in touch with their elders. And this is one reason why I'm a part of HOI, because I can actually get in touch with the elder. You understand? He didn't make me feel like, he was just holier than thou. I gotta go through this man and this man just to get to you. Just to, he made me feel comfortable in the sense that, I'm just a man just like you. I'm no greater than you, right? My spirit drew to him, and this is why I'm with this camp. That's why I chose to be with HOI. And I'm pretty sure all of us felt that way, right? Coming into HOI. Zabak is a great elder, a great brother, man, right? But when we take heed to his wisdom, you know, and his discourse, we tend to, be counted wise, right? As we read in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 8, right? So it says, but a fool changes as the moon. Now you don't want to be talking to a brother that's, talking about his old life and talking about what he want to do, what he can do, what I mean, and fantasizing about his old life, the things he used to do, talking about folly. You don't want to be around brothers like that. You tend to see that a lot too. You don't want to be around brothers talking about uh, you know, stuff that don't profit you really, right? You want to be hanging out with the eldermen, getting the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? That has experience. All right. Um, let's see. Where we leave off at? Verse 11.
Verse 11. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 11.
Okay. Let me
I
see.
shall be found. Okay.
No, go ahead, go ahead. You can read verse 12.
Verse 12. Oh,
No,
11 to 12.
Proverb. No, Sirach. Sirach 27 and verse 12. So like it. I
Sorry.
had a precept. You already know you wanted to bring that out, Bubba Shaw. He said James 1 and 8. I don't know if I'm too late.
That was going on one of your precepts that you had there, but you can go ahead, Ken.
Okay, Salakia. I'm trying to check this chat. Salakia, forgive me. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's Salakia. Yeah, actually, no, you can go and read that. That ties in what we're talking about right now too.
James
1.
chapter 1, verse 8.
Mhm.
James chapter 1 and verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right, a double-minded man is as stable as all his ways. So again, when we read Sirach 27 and 11, the latter part says, "But a fool changeth as the moon." Right, just like the moon has different phases. You know, we got the crescent moon, you got a full moon, a half moon. Right, he changes. Right, but it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You don't want to get with somebody that's talking to 1 second the brother's on, he's on fire, he's all for the Lord. Now all of a sudden his brother, he going off, talking about sins he used to do, talking about things he used to have, women he used to have lust for, you know what I mean? Women that he still fantasize about to this day. Now you don't want to be caught up in a conversation with a brother like that, right? So let's go back to Sirach. Let's go to verse 12.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding.
Right, I'm gonna read that in the GNT. It says, when you find yourself with stupid people, look for some excuse to leave. But when you are with serious-minded people, stay as long as you can, man. Right? When you find yourself with stupid people, you gotta look for an excuse, man. You gotta get up out of there, or you're gonna be like them. You're gonna it's gonna rub off on you, right? You're gonna start to take on the mind of them, take on their characteristics, start to think like them. We've been around stupid people all our lives, man. That's why
It's a
people.
lot.
Go ahead, Chris.
I do it all the time, man. I be hearing the dumbest conversations on the plantation. I mean, they be the dumbest, and they try to include me, and I'm like, nah, I gotta go do this real quick, man. I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute. Gotta get away from it.
Yeah, man, that's true. Talking about the most idiotic stuff, man. Like talking about folly. Talking about comparing women and just stupid stuff, man. Some crazy conversations going on at my job too, bro. You know what I mean? And this is one brother. This is a quick side. This is one brother at my job. He he like the poster at my job. He like to make joy. Everybody laugh and he love it. Right? But when we get up, it's just me and him, because I talk to him, I call him out. I'm like, yo, when you gonna come out, bro? Like, he know he is, but he just love to joke, man. He want to be a comedian or something. Foolish brother. And he just joke all the time, man. And he wait to talk about real stuff once everybody else is gone. It's just me and him. That's when he want to talk about the scriptures and the stuff that's going on in the world. But he don't want to ruin that reputation of being the brother that make everybody laugh and talk about folly, right? Talking about stupid stuff.
Con, that's the show.
Right.
When everybody around, that's the show. But when it come down to it, he really want to talk to you. But he really want to talk to you on a one-to-one level real quick. That's all.
Right. Yeah, he'll wait till everybody leave and then, yeah, bro, you see what happened with because that stuff with Kanye was going on and Kyrie, he waited till everybody left to talk about that. But the whole time he want to be a jokester talking about folly. Women walking in the job, looking at all the sisters coming to the job, comparing and stuff. I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, you gotta get your shit together, bro. You gotta get your shit together. Right? But yeah,
he also know that he can't play with you with you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
BS.
Yeah. Like I talk to him, you know what I mean? Sometimes I entertain, but very, 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 very minute levels. You know what I mean? But he know I call him out. You know, he look kind of scared when I come around too. I ain't gonna lie to you. 'Cause you know I'm gonna hold him accountable. You know? I'm gonna hold him accountable, man. But you gotta be careful being around brothers like that.
That's
Right?
a wicked flea, right?
Time. Man. Definitely. Wicked definitely flee out. Right? Let's go to verse 13, Baba Shaw.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 13. The
Mm-hmm.
discourse of a fool is irksome,
Irksome.
and their sport is in the wantonness of sin.
Right? In the wantonness of sin, right? They that's their sport.
So Lockie, like I said, that's the show.
You're right.
Everybody around, that's the show.
Uh-huh. Right. Let me read that in the GNT. It says the stories that foolish people tell are offensive and they make jokes about the worst kinds of sin. Right? Joking about taking down a brother's wife. You know, I mean, how she had roaches and still, this brother is wicked, bro. Talking about taking down another man's wife and how he dodging the roaches and stuff. Why it's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. But, you know, making jokes about the worst kinds of sins unto death. You know what I mean? The stories of foolish people tell are offensive, and they make jokes about the worst kinds of sin, man. This is a time where you need to keep your mouth shut, right? A fool holdeth his tongue is counted wise, right? Let's go to verse 14.
Verse 14. The talk of him that sweareth much maketh the hair on the back of my head stand upright, and their brows make one stop his ears.
Right?
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. So sometimes you gotta watch. You gotta watch what you say too. Sometimes, man. So a lot of our people are very sensitive, right? A lot of people are very, very sensitive, man. Right? It says when such people in the GNT, it says when such people curse, it is enough to make your hair stand on end. And when they start arguing amongst themselves, all you can do is stop up your ears. You see that a lot on Clubhouse too. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes I can't really listen. They was doing that the other day. I'm listening in. I don't know what was going on. Two brothers going and talking trash about each other. I think it was the LaRon bull. I'm like, yo, like talking trash, arguing with this other brother. I'm like, yo, like, what's going on in here? But sometimes, you definitely gotta watch what you say, man. Our people are very sensitive. Some people just can't take it. Some people chalk up their salvation just to you letting out certain words. You know what I mean? Not getting the full understanding of actually what cursing is, but just as, you know, uh I guess you could say profane speech. People don't like you talking a certain way. Christians don't like you saying certain things, certain words. They think you wicked because you said ass when ass is in the Bible, right? Let me grab that. James 3 and 8. Go ahead, grab that precept.
James chapter 3 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
Right. Now, contextually, that's talking about, setting the course of action, right? But two, the tongue is definitely a thing that can, cause somebody to get hurt too, right? That can cause somebody to get hurt. But you definitely want to watch your speech, man. You can't come out and uh, want to be cursing people out as soon as you get the mic. I can't wait to kill these. When I say you brothers know what I'm talking about, I ain't gonna say it, but I can't wait to kill niggas. Niggas wicked as hell. Some camps is like that. Cursing brothers out, walking past. You ain't gonna get no fruit like that, man. These people, like our people, are very sensitive. You gotta speak to them seasoned with salt, like the scripture. You gotta use discernment, right? So, read again. It says, "When such people curse, it is enough to make your hair stand on end. And when they start arguing amongst themselves, all you can do is stop up your ears, and that's when they too allow you. People will stop listening. People close their ears when you start to mix mix this truth and with the profane speech and talking about all different things and just letting it loose out there. You can't always speak your mind all the time around everybody. Speak how you feel. You got to extend your vocabulary, right? You got to extend that vocabulary, man. Some of us grew up in traumatic homes, and all your father did was cuss, and all your mother did was curse and curse you out, and that's all you know. So you got to extend your vocabulary, especially as you grown adults now, man. Right? Go ahead, read verse 15.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 15. The strife of the proud is blood shedding, and their reveling are grievous to the ears.
Right? The strife of the proud is bloodshedding, right? When somebody's proud, right, they tend to, want to boast on what they do to you. Right? Man, listen, bro, don't play with me. I mean, I ain't about that. I'm about this life. I mean, I ain't gonna fight you, bro. Just proud, quick to shed innocent blood, quick to kill your brother. Right? The strife of the proud is bloodshedding, and their revelings are grievous to the ear. I hate to hear brothers argue, man. And it's always about nonsense. It's always about nonsense, man. Right? I'm gonna read that in the GNT. It says, it is painful to listen to them insult each other. Such blustering can lead to violence. Right? You gotta flaunt. And like I said at the beginning, you gotta let your nuts hang. So like it says, but that's the only way I can say it. And I'm contradicting myself. I gotta stem my vocabulary, but just to understand, brothers want to, try to get other brothers to fear them for no reason, because you know how to pull a trigger, but you don't value your life as much as you should. You know what I mean? It leads to violence, right? You being proud, it leads to violence. We need to humble down, right? We need to humble down.
I can't have to run to the door real quick.
All right, no sweat out, right? We need to humble down with each other and have some mercy upon each other, right? Sirach chapter 20, and this is a topic I love to talk about, man. This is a topic we need to keep at heart, right? Betraying secrets, right? You don't have to tell everybody's business, especially if somebody trusts you with something, right? Somebody trusts you with something, they tell you not to tell nobody, you're gonna go tell them, man. It's very hard. It's very hard to keep a friend and maintain a relationship with somebody when you just gotta gossip. You got to. I can't hold it in. I gotta tell somebody this. You know what I mean? It's not a good thing. But Sirach 27 and 16, it says,
I got to.
I got it. Oh, go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 16. Whoso discovers secrets loseth his credit, and shall never find friend to his mind.
Right? You're never gonna find a friend to your mind, man. You lose his credit when you discover secrets. Right? If I tell you something, I'm like, listen, something real personal. I mean, you my homie. And like people say today, I F's with you. You my dog. I'm gonna tell you this. Don't tell nobody. you the type brother. Yeah, you got your mind already. Who you gonna go tell? Yeah, I'm gonna tell this, bro. What you about to tell me? What you about to tell me? I'm gonna tell somebody. You gotta be. Listen, man. You ain't never gonna have a friend to your mind. You ain't never gonna have nobody that's gonna trust you and actually really give a damn about you or tell you anything, for that matter. Because all you do is spreading your friends' secrets. You got to be careful who you tell stuff. You can't tell everything to everybody, and that's why, like the scriptures say, you got to prove a friend, right? You got to prove him first. You got to prove that man, prove that woman. Can't just be too comfy and buddy with everybody, thinking that your secret's safe with me. You gotta watch people that say that too. Your secret's safe with me. I ain't gonna tell nobody out. You gotta read. You gotta discern spirits. You gotta read people's spirits, man. You gotta throw tests out. There's some we gotta deal with our people like this. We can't just trust each other, off the strength. But It is what it is. We're dealing with Israel, man. Right? You dealing with stiff necked people, disobedient children, right? That's who you're dealing with, right? Now the GNT, it says if you repeat secrets, if you repeat secrets that have been told to you, you are destroying the confidence others have in you, and you will never have a close friend. That's cut and clean, man. You know, you got to be honest. You want to be as thorough as you possibly could be for your people. We already sellouts tonight, right? We already suffered. That's really the downfall of Israel. That was the downfall of Samson, right? That was the downfall of Samson. Discovering secrets, his rib giving him the secret of his strength. Where his strength from. We got to be more thorough with each other, more exclusive with each other. Somebody tell you something that they don't want nobody else to know, keep it. What's the point of telling somebody else? Because eventually, this is what's gonna happen when you do that, right? You're gonna tell somebody else, like, listen, Ak told me this, but don't tell him I told you. Right? Don't tell Ak I told you this because I'm the only one he told. If somebody come to you like that, you better cut that brother off, man. Don't tell that brother nothing. Listen, don't tell Ak told me this. Come here. He want to be in your ear like this. Come here, let me tell you something. So, I'm gonna tell you this, but don't tell him I told you. You gotta be careful with brothers like that and sisters like that too, man. Cut that man off, man, because he's gonna tell your whole entire family, secrets. Tell everything. You understand? All right, read verse 17. Sirach 27, 17.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Love thy friend and be faithful unto him. But if thou be raised his secrets, follow no more after him.
It says, follow no more after him, man. Because again, if you be raised his secrets, right, Salakia? Let me bring this up, man, because this is Salakia. I may be lagging my computer. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, so it's a little laggy. All right, I'm trying to bring this up. It's kind of slow. All right, it says, love thy friend and be faithful unto him, right? Not be a backbiter, not be a traitor. It says, love thy friend, right? Because if you call him a friend, of course you've proven him first. So you want to be faithful and honest to your friend. You want to be reliable. You want to be dependable, right? And vice versa. You want that man and woman to be dependable towards you. You got to have that same standard for that man or that woman. You don't want to be a hypocrite, right? So it says, love thy friend and be faithful unto him. But if thou bewrayest his secrets, follow no more after him. Because again, it's like you pretty much lost a friend, man. Right? You pretty much lost a friend. Right? So like it. Let me see.
Like, I'm back. If you still want to read, or you know what I mean, you could rest. You know what I mean? It's not.
So like, all right, I'm gonna read that in GNT real quick. All right, it says, respect your friends. Okay, respect your friends and keep faith with them. If you do betray a friend's confidence, you may as well forget you have a friend. Cut and clean. You may as well forget you ever had a friend. You want to be telling his secrets? You no longer have a friend, right? So let's go to the book of Proverbs real quick. All right, let's go to Proverbs. What I want? I know exactly what I want. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and verse 19. Baba Shaw.
All right.
Proverbs 18 and 19.
Khan, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 19. A brother offended is harder to be to be won than a strong city, and the contentions are like the bars of a castle.
Khan. Right. So it says a brother offended is harder to be won than a city. When you offend your brother, your sister, it's almost impossible, damn near, to get their trust back. Right. Especially when you putting their secrets out there. Right. You putting their secrets out there, and you just being reckless. Okay. You don't want to be doing that, man. That's very shady. I'll say that. It's very shady, man. You don't want to be right. I'm reading that in NIV. It says a brother wrong is more unyielding than a fortified city. Disputes like the barred gates. All right. Let me see. Let's see what it say in the GNT. Salakia. All right, these translations kind of crazy, but right. So it says a brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. Right. So you don't want to be you don't want to be this type of brother or sister, right? Pretty much. All right. You got to prove that man, prove that woman that they really your friend. All right. Let's go to verse 18. Sirach 27 and 18. Baba Shah.
Khan, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 18.
Malachi, Slaki. Bro,
It's okay.
let me get some practice in, bro.
You got it, King. Go ahead.
Slaki.
Yeah.
Sirach chapter 27, verse 18. For a man hath destroyed his enemies, so has thou lost the love of thy neighbor.
Right. For as a man have destroyed his enemies, so thou hast lost the love of thy neighbor. Right. This is how important, keeping a secret or not, or not betraying your brother or sister. It's very important to have that certain person that you can really rely on and trust in. We all need that one type, that person that we can tell everything to, we can speak our mind to. I can tell you my secrets, because you're not gonna be close with everybody. And that's one thing you gotta understand. You're not gonna be close with everybody that you know, or everybody in the camp. You're not gonna be close with every sister. You're not gonna be close with every brother. Brothers may have that one friend that, you can talk to. Brothers may have that one person that they can confide in. You don't want that person to go and tell your secret to another man that that secretly hates you. You got to be careful. You may go and tell a secret to another brother that secretly hate your friend. And if you do that, you pretty much hate him too. If you tell him his secrets, right? The GNT, it says, you have killed that friendship just as surely as if you had taken a weapon and killed an enemy. That's how serious it is. You killing friendships, you killing relationships with your brother. We're supposed to be building and coming together, but you being a damn niggard and telling secrets. You don't want to be like that. That's not something you want to be practicing when we're supposed to be coming together as a people, man. Nobody likes somebody that's betraying secrets, right? Let's go to verse 19.
Verse 19.
Uh-huh.
As for one that letteth a bird go out of his hand, so hast thou let thy neighbor go, and shall not get him again.
Right? You're not gonna get him again. Right? You lost a friend. You killed that friendship. You ain't getting it no more. Right? Some people ain't gonna have that type of mercy on you, man. They're not gonna have that type of heart to forgive you, especially depending on what it was that you revealed to somebody else that they didn't want nobody else to know. Right? Depending on what it was. Right? The GNT says your friend is gone. You can no more get him back than you can get a bird to come back to your hand once you let it go. You see that? It's pretty much it's over. It's just gonna fly away. Just let him go. Don't even chase after, because you can't be trusted. And that's really what it boils down to. You cannot be trusted. Right? Let's go to verse 20. Read verse 20.
Verse 20. Follow after him no more, for he is too far off. He is as a roe escaped out of the snare.
Right? He's as a roe escaped out of a snare. Right? He's too far off. It's too much to forgive you. It took too much, and that's what you gotta be careful with. Like I said, the stuff we coming from, these religions, it take a lot to trust people, especially nowadays, man. It takes so much to trust people. People are so shady today, and a lot of the stuff we coming out of these different religions. A lot of people are already got they damn nose turned up, and still skeptical already. Once you start showing traits of what they just came out of, you may offend that person. Now that's a brother or sister that's out of this truth, because you showing the characteristics of the church. You ain't no different than them big hat ladies in the church. You just got a scarf on. You just got a head wrap on. You acting no different. You ain't showing no fruit of the spirit. You telling secrets. You telling lies, right? You being a busybody, right? Nobody likes that, man. Nobody likes that. We're actually gonna talk about it in the next chapter too. All right, we're gonna touch on this in the next chapter, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's go to Salaki. Let me see what I got right here. Got a preset right here. Let's go to Salaki. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 8 and 2. Let's Deuteronomy 8 and 2. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 2.
Chapter 8 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm. You can start at verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall he observe to do, that he may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers.
Right, read.
Verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the ways which Yahweh thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
Right. So even the Most High had to prove us. So in the same sense that we got to prove a friend, right? When we read the 6th chapter in the book of Sirach, the Most High had to prove us, whether we be for him or not. You can't, you gotta do your diligence when it comes to brothers and sisters in and out of this truth, right? You can't just come in and it be the ones that got their guard that come down and think everybody we in the kingdom already and the curses are just gone once you in the knowing. And you make that mistake and somebody come in this truth and be a niggard and you want to leave because they being a niggard, or they spreading secrets, they doing folly. We all coming out of the world. We not in the kingdom yet. This is where you have to prove even yourself. You got to endure, right? Nothing should be unexpected. You should expect everything. Okay, nothing should be to a surprise to you, because we still in this wicked kingdom now. We still in this wicked flesh that we subject to, this prison that we're in. Okay, the mind, the things things of this world, we still subject to it. So don't be too surprised if a brother go off or a sister go off. And that shouldn't shake your faith. That shouldn't make you, be sour towards any other brother that had nothing to do with that situation. Some of y'all don't know how to direct your attitudes, man. You being sour and shady and antisocial with brothers and sisters because of something with another brother and sister did. Now you being that way with everybody based off of a situation that happened between you and them. That's not the way you want to be. You don't want to be like that. All right. So you don't want to be giving out, somebody's secrets, man. Right. I'm gonna read that in the GNT. We leave off verse 20 or verse 21. Verse 20, right? It says, don't be Salakia. Don't bother going after him. It's too late. He is gone like a deer escaped from a trap. Right? You can't catch no deer, man. When the deer knows it's getting caught, it's gone. He ain't looking back. He just running until he either get tired and look back and you ain't there. In the same sense, you lost a friend, right? Let's read verse 21.
Verse 21. Sirach chapter 27 and verse 21. As for a wound, it may be bound up, and after revealing and after reveling, there may be reconcilement.
Reconciliation.
But he that bewrayeth secrets is without hope.
Right. This is a very serious thing, man. This is very serious. So you don't want to be a gossip. You don't want to be a gossip head, man. And the world praises that too. All these different shows. It's an entire show called Gossip Girls. We got all these different drama shows, Love and Basketball, Housewives of Atlanta, just a bunch of drama and gossip and chaos, and a lot of our women and men are attracted to that. It's entertaining for them. Some people just can't be satisfied without some type of strife or drama going on in their life. Some people can't function without that. You understand? You definitely gotta prove certain brothers and sisters that you tend to take on, in and outside of this truth. This is not only for us within the nation of Israel, even outside. You can use this outside. This is for the nation, period. It's not just for brothers and sisters in the truth. This is you can take this wisdom and use it outside of this. Right? This is why this is so great, man. This is why this book is so great. All right. Let's go to Proverbs 10 and 18.
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 18. He that hideth hatred with lying lips. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool.
Right? You a damn fool if you slander your brother. Right? Lying lips. Right? And one thing too, when you telling a secret, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna tell it wrong. You're gonna say something, your mind gonna add something to it that wasn't said to you. Right? And then when the person come back and they hear it from somebody else they didn't want to know, like, yo, hold up. How you know that? Right? That's how it's gonna happen. 9 times that's how it's gonna happen. How you know that? And he know who he just want that person to tell. Because this is how it's gonna go. He gonna ask that person. He just wants that person to tell him who told him to see if he's gonna be honest. Because if you're the only person that he told that, he already know. The person already know because you're the only one they told. Now, if somebody else know that, now they gotta prove the next person too to see if they're gonna be honest and tell them, the person that told them that your secret that you didn't want them to know. So you creating a whole mess. Not only you creating odds between you and one other brother, you creating an alt between 2 other brothers that he don't even know if he can trust you, because God forbid if he don't tell him who told him, now he know he can't trust that brother now, because he really know who told him that. But now that he knows that you're not gonna tell him who really told you, now he know he can't trust you either. You understand? So you really creating a mess once you want to tell people's secrets and tell people's lies and things that they didn't want other people to know. You got to be thorough. You got to be more thorough than that, man. We got to stop this. You got to be more thorough of a brother and sister than that, for your fellow brother and sister, man. So Proverbs 10 and 18. Let's grab Proverbs 16 and 28 out.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 28.
Come.
A froward man soweth strife,
Hmm.
and a whisperer separateth chief friends.
Right? A whisperer separates chief friends, man. Right? You whispering, telling secrets. Your greatest friend, you can lose your greatest friend for that. And you'll be a damn fool for doing that. And a lot of people have done those things. You'll be a fool, your friend you've known for years, 10, 20, 5, however many years you knew them. You tell them, you just being a fool and telling secrets, talking too much. And you can lose one of your chief friends, somebody that really would do anything for you. You understand? Somebody that you don't want to forsake, right? Just like the scriptures say. Let's go back in Sirach a little bit. Let's go to let's see. Let's go to Sirach chapter 6.
27 and 6.
No, Sirach chapter 6. Hold up.
Okay.
Let me see. You said 7. No. Sirach chapter 6. And let me see what I want. Verse 16.
Sirach chapter 6 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear Yahweh shall find him.
Now you see that? That could a faithful friend could be the medicine of life. Everybody needs that somebody they can confide in, like I said, man. They can be that one man or woman that always know the right thing to say in the time. They know what you're going through. So they know how to, even give you the right scriptures, to build you up. You may be going through a hard time. That one friend, they know what to say to make you laugh, just to lighten the situation up. You know what I mean? And you betray that person. But it says a friend, that's how deep it can be, man. It says a faithful friend is the medicine of life. That's very telling, man. That's very telling. Everybody needs somebody like that. Even it could be a spouse. Some people ain't friends with their own spouse, man. Some people don't really like their wife or their husband. Can't tell them every damn thing. They really not somebody they can really talk to and find comfort in. Even me, like I wasn't always, my wife tell me all the time, I'm not really empathetic, right? I'm not really empathetic, but I keep getting it confused with sympathy, right? I see it as sympathetic, but she say empathy. So I'm trying to separate the two. Like, what's the difference? I wasn't always empathetic. I was, I really didn't care about what other people went through too much. I didn't really care about other people's problems, but through time, she has helped me, be more empathetic and actually understand that, I'm not the only one with feelings and I'm not the only one that go through stuff. So, everybody needs that one person, man. That's that medicine of life, like the scriptures say. Right? All right, so we're doing good on time. Let's go to the next verse, Baba Shah. We almost done. Verse 22. Sirach 27 and verse 22, Baba Shah.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 22.
Come on.
He that winketh with his eye worketh evil, and he that knoweth him will depart from him.
Right. Now we going into hypocrisy. All right, we almost done, y'all. I know it's bedtime. Right. So it says, I'm reading GNT. It says, when someone starts winking at you, he has something bad in mind, and nothing can stop him from going through with it. Right. And I'm gonna read that in GNT in the KJV. It says, he that winketh with his eye worketh evil, and he that knoweth him will depart from him. Some people, they wink their eye. You gotta be careful with people like that, man. There be a lot of old creeps that do that too, man. Women, y'all gotta be careful out here. Especially somebody that want to keep a secret. Somebody that wants you to lie. Somebody wants you to lie and they'll wink the eye. You know, so the person that they want to tell a lie to, you could be in on it. You know, I've done that before. You know what I mean? I know, you know, to stay out of trouble. Me and my brother has did that. You know, when my mom wasn't looking, he'll wink at me to go with the lie. You know, you gotta be careful with that too, right? It says when someone starts winking at you, he has something bad in mind, and nothing can stop you from going through with it. Right? Verse 23, read that.
Verse 20, verse 23. When thou art present, he will speak sweetly and will admire thy words. But at last he will write his mouth and slander thy sayings.
Mm. Read that one more time, man.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 23. When thou art present, he will speak sweetly and will admire thy words. But at thy last he will write his mouth and slander thy sayings.
Right? How many people had come across with somebody like this?
God.
Right? Somebody that they in your face, they talk great about you, they bigging you up. You know what I mean? That's a saying they say, piping you up, I guess, right? I guess it's a Philly thing. I don't know if anybody else heard it, but I know they say piping you up, right? They talk about you, you know, but once you gone, once you out of there, now they say how they really feel about you, right?
Bitch
This is going
ass
to
nigga.
say it again, huh?
They always say bitch ass nigga.
Right? God, that's what. Yeah, right. You know, they give you that look, like, you know, that side. They really don't like you, right? And GNT, it says when he's with you, his talk is so nice. He compliments you on every word you say, but behind your back, it's a different story. Yo, this is translation code, bro. It says he will take what you have said and turn it against you, right? But yeah, but I know what you're talking about. And then once you leave the room, once everyone leave the room, like, see, you see what I mean with this nigga, man? I can't stand this nigga. Hey, like, you see what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? That's the type of brother, right? Y'all be careful with Israel, man. You know,
Right.
I went through this. How would he know? How would Sirach know about this? He experienced like this, right? You see this in Israel. So this is man, this is brother is wise, man. Right? Very wise brother. But you got to this is the experience. Now you can know what to look out for. You know how to be around people, you know how to prove people. Right? You got to be careful with such brothers like these. Right? Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 24.
Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 24.
Uh-huh.
A man that hateth friends must show himself friendly.
Lockie, read that again from the top up.
Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24. A man that hateth friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
That's true, right? So it says a man that hath friends must show himself friendly. So if you got friends, you got to be friendly, man. You can't just have friends and you don't put your hand out there to prove yourself friendly, right? You don't do nothing for nobody. You know, you call me a friend, but you never reached out to me. You never called me, see how I was doing. And, you know, you never just checked up on me. Yo, what's up, brother? How you doing? I just want to talk to you today. You know what I mean, how your family? How you doing? How your spirit? You know what I mean? You got to prove yourself friendly, right? You know, some brothers got to still have to learn how to do that. You know, and we got our lives and we got we get busy and stuff like that. But sometimes you may have to call and just check up on somebody, just talk to them. Yeah, what's up, bro? I just want to talk to you. Check up on you. How you doing, sister? We really don't talk sometimes at the feast days because I know we gotta go right after the feast. We kind of late, so I really don't get to talk to you. So I just wanted to, call you up and talk to you. Get to know more about you. Show yourself friendly, right? A man that have friends, show himself friendly, right? But it says, and there is a friend that stick it closer than a brother, man, right? A friend that stick closer than a brother, and that's why Mashiach said, right? Let's grab that real quick. Let's go to Mark 10:28. One of my favorite verses.
So, Laki, before you do that, the one that the verse that goes right along with that is Proverbs 17:17.
Go ahead, bring it out.
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 7.
17.
Excellent. Say again.
17:17.
Oh, 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
Salakia. Go ahead, Salakia. My bad. Read it one more time.
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
A brother is born for adversity, man. You see that? So a friend loveth at all times. A friend loveth at all times. What it says, and a brother is born for adversity. Sometimes your brother may be the one that go against you, right? Your brother may be the one that go against you, but your friend, they're gonna love you regardless, right? Man, I thought you wanted to say something on that.
Con, you got a lot of friends in the world. You got a lot of associates and people that you deal with on a day to day. But when you got that one brother that's gonna go through adversity, through hell and high water with you, there's nothing more precious than that, man. That's like gold on earth, man. You know, you want to protect that friend. That's what he's there for. You would do the same for him.
Not beautiful, right? Right, sisters too, man. You know, somebody that's willing to, let you stay with them. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a trial for a lot of brothers, man. You know, letting another brother stay with you in your household, come across hard times. You know, a lot of brothers will pass up on, they brother, coming across hard times, tell them they gotta, I can't help you out. But they'll let a random chick off the street come move the hell in because she got the kobaf.
Right.
You understand? But you'll let your brother be out on the street, because you just want your own privacy when you bring women over, right? And that's really all it is, right? Or you may not, you may make the excuse to say, oh, but I don't want you around my wife. But you don't have the courage to say that. You know, you gotta prove your friends, man. But again, you won't really know them until adversity comes, right? And that's why Sirach chapter 6 is so great too, man. And I believe it says that. All right, let's go to Sirach 6 real quick and pair this up with that. All right.
Sirach chapter 6.
Yeah, let's see.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Yeah, I was just looking at that too. You can go and read that.
Sirach chapter 6 and verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that has found such in one has found a treasure.
Right, you find a treasure. A faithful friend is a strong defense. It's a strong defense against it could be physically a fight. You know what I mean? I call a Mattathiah and I'm about to get jumped. It's over for them. Whoever it is, it's over for them.
That's good.
Listen, I don't even think I trust the finger. They see Mattathiah, it's over for them. Might try to walk up on me at camp, Mattathiah, they think twice. You know what I'm saying? Like but it says, if thou be Salakia, a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such an one hath found a treasure. That's like a treasure, man. It's priceless, right? It's priceless to have somebody that you can rely on, depend on. It's a defense against a physical attack, maybe, right? A defense against a secret gainsaying Negro, right? But yo, what you say about him? Why don't you go talk to him? Then you go tell him what the brother said, so you can warn your brother about somebody that secretly hate him, right? I would love a brother like that, right? I love brothers like that. I wish somebody let me know when somebody talking trash about me. You know what I mean? So I can know who secretly hate me. I'd rather you be overt with it instead of covert with it. You understand? Right? That's like a treasure. You understand? And it says a strong defense. It could be a defense against poverty. Like I said, brothers will let their brothers live on the damn street. But let a random woman with the kobaf come move in, a potential wife. You understand? Let her move in with no question, no proving at all. But your brother that been there, for years, he gotta sleep on the street, man. It's crazy, but that's Israel for you, man. You know, we coming up we coming up out of that. You know, we coming up out of that foolish the way we feel about each other. That's foolish, man. We gotta be we can't be hypocrites out here. Hamashiach won't let you sleep on the street. You think Hamashiach will let you sleep on the street and go get a woman and let her move in instead of you? No, man. Hamashiach would don't want none of his brothers sleeping on the street. You think he wouldn't help you? You know, and it may come across that time real soon, man. That's gonna tell a lot of brothers what type of spirit you got. Whether you're gonna do it for your brother or you may take heed to your wife. Your wife may not want that. What you gonna do? Really, what you gonna do? You gonna try to be a stand-up brother and show the real love, that true love for your nation of people and for your brother, your friend, or just the spirit of peace in your household, so your rib don't be in a bad mood. You gonna let your brother live on the street. You understand? So a faithful friend is a treasure, man. Right? Let's what we just read. It's all right, 27, 23. All right. So again, man, you definitely want to be aware of people that talk trash behind your back. And you want a friend to let you know about people like that if they overhear them. Right? Let's go to Sirach 20 Salaki.
27 verse 24. I have hated many things, but nothing like him. For Yahweh will hate him.
Even the Lord hates that nigga. Even the Most High hate a nigga like that. Gainsaying. You talk trash about y'all up in my face. You bigging me up, giving me all the love in the world, but when I leave the room, it's a different story. I can't stand niggas like that. I don't want to be around nobody like that. Even the Lord hates you. Right? It says there is nothing in the GNT. It says there is nothing in the world that I hate as much as a person like that. And the Lord hates him too, man. That's cutting clean out. Right? Read verse 25.
Verse 25. Whosoever casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head. And a deceitful stroke shall make wounds.
And the deceitful stroke shall make wounds, man. And that's pretty much what it's saying. Listen, this verse right here, right?
Wow.
Give me Galatians 6 and 7.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 7.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 7.
But be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
That shall he what?
That shall he also reap.
Right, that's what you're gonna reap. Right now, read that in the Sirach again.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 25. Whosoever casteth a stone on high casteth it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds.
You see that?
Salakia.
Go ahead, okay.
That means what goes around comes around, and you're gonna get it worse.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. Right. What goes around comes around. Really, that's pretty much what it means. You throw a stone, like I said, I'm reading GNT on the screen. It says, throw a stone straight up in the air and it will come down on your head. Strike a blow and yourself will be wounded. You see that? Right? Let me get Job 4 and 8. I believe that's what I want. Job chapter 4, verse 8.
Job chapter 4. Oh, man. Verse 8. Even as I have seen that thy plow. Even as I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Right? You reap the same. Right? You throw a stone, you casting wickedness towards a brother, throwing shade on a brother's name, it's gonna come right back at you. Right? So it says, whoso casteth a stone on high casteth it on his own head. You don't want to be a brother that's gainsaying and talking trash behind others' back, man. You know, I really hope, your brothers and sisters getting a lot out of this lesson, because this
It's
avoid
rich.
Salaki, you want to say something about
No, Khan, I just said this is rich.
Khan, right? This is priceless wisdom right here, right? Priceless. He giving us game on how how to be, how not to be,
Yeah, right.
right? Giving us game on how to be and how not to be, what to look out for, right? This is priceless information, priceless wisdom right here, right? Go ahead and read verse 26.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 26. Now, this is Bob Marley got a song in this verse. That I kind of choked me up a little bit.
Khan, what is
Whosoever
that?
diggeth a pit. The song is yeah. Whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. And
Khan,
it's like I think this is like one of the first diss songs ever made, like rap and all. You know what I mean? This
mhm,
song that Bob Marley wrote. It's
Khan.
called Small Axe.
Small acts.
Small Axe. Yep. It was a diss. It was a diss song for the record label that was stealing. It was extorting his money, and he used that line. It's like
Khan.
digress.
Nah, you good, huh? That's good, man. You know, that's what's gonna happen though, right? It says people who set traps fall into them themselves, right? You setting a trap for your brother, setting a snare, just like it says in Isaiah 59, right? Setting cockatrice eggs for your brother, setting traps, shit running to shed innocent blood. Okay, let me see what the brother talking about. I might not be able to play this for copyright. I'm gonna listen to that John a little later though, right?
Yep. Small Axe. First diss track.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out. Right. So read that one more time out.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 26. Whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein.
He that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. All right. Let's get Proverbs 26 and verse 27.
Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 27.
Yeah, actually, let's
Oh wow, there it go again.
let's let's see. You can start at verse 23. Start at verse Actually, no. Start at verse 22.
All right. So Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 22. The word of the word of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. Verse 23.
Right.
Burning lips and a wicked heart are like a
Posture.
pot's herd, covered with silver dross. He that hasteth disassembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him.
Right. He that hateth disassembleth with his lips and layeth up deceit within him. Right. A brother that's always spreading rumors, want to get two brothers that, don't really have too much of an art with each other and, spice it up, adding fuel to the fire, being an instigator, right? Instigating, making the situation worse, just so you can see strife within the brother, right? Can y'all hear me?
Loud
All
and clear.
Yeah, my connection kind of going in and out. All right. We almost done, y'all. All right. Yeah, go ahead and read on down to 27.
Verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
Right.
Verse 26. Whose
7
hatred
abominations in his heart.
Verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Verse 27. Whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. A lying tongue hateth those
So it's
that
kind
are.
of and that says what's going on. So like I'm lagging out real bad. Can y'all hear me?
Kind of loud and clear.
All right, because I'm lagging out. The whole time it was sound like a robot on my end. What you read off?
I read the 27.
You read the 27? Okay, I can hear you clear now. Go ahead, read 27 again, Salaki.
Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 27. Whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him.
It will return upon him. You see that? Right? So kind of say the same thing. In Galatians,
Salakia.
right? Go ahead.
For verse 25, you pair that up with Proverbs 6 and 16.
Kind of.
Verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
For the sake of time, I'm gonna get Proverbs 6 and 16. All right, it says, it says, these 6 things do the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Can you want to say something about that?
We've been going a lot of his speech tonight. So, you know what I mean? That lying tongue, that's one of those 7 abominations that the Most High hates. And I yield off of that.
Powerful precept, right? You don't want to have a lying tongue and gainsaying your brothers, man, causing strife. All right. So let's go back to Sirach for the sake of time. 27.
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 27. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh.
Right. It's gonna come back to you. You work mischief, it's gonna come right back to you. Let's cut and clean. Right. The GNT, it says people who hurt others will be hurt by their own actions and will have no idea why. You see that? You ain't gonna have no idea. You such a gainsaying, untrustworthy person. You do it so much, it's just nature to you. You forgot that you crossed your brother and sister. You're not gonna know why what's happening because the Lord gonna be doing it. Right? You thinking it's just you just getting your way and the Lord ain't blessing you, but you're such a hypocrite, right? And a busybody towards your own people. He making that manifest in your physical life, right? You're not gonna have no idea why what's going on. It's coming right back at you, right? Go ahead, read verse 28 out.
Verse 28. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them.
Right. GNT, it says arrogant people insult others and make fun of them, but someone is waiting like a lion for a chance to take revenge on them. And that's one thing we see on the daily, man. Right? That's what the so-called white man does too. Right? Mocking and mocking at us that we such a destroyed people, laughing at us, Amalek, but we just waiting like a lion to take our revenge on them, man, for the things they've done, right? Liking this to, in Israel, we see this in Israel too, right? Let me see what these asterisks say. It says, and so others them will be insulted and mocked, right? So pretty much it's going to come right back to you, what you put out and you see the world philosophy, what they say in the world, what you put out in the universe, you get back, right? But not so much that is really what's going to happen. That's the Lord giving just judgment out the world. That's the Most High Yahweh giving just judgment. You understand? Right. So let's go to verse 29 for the sake of time.
Sirach 27 and verse 29. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare, and anguish shall consume them before they die.
Right? Anguish gonna consume you before you die, man. Right? That's what a lot of our people gonna do. Right? Even the heathen, we know the heathen gonna die, but the wicked of the nation of Israel, they're gonna mock us, right? They're gonna mock us when a lot of us get to death. They're gonna join hand in hand with the enemy to put us to death. Some of our own family gonna join hand with the enemy and put us to death, turn us into the kings. You understand? They're gonna mock us, right? They're gonna rejoice in that because they hate. Listen, man, they get rid of the Bible. It's starting to become illegal, right? What's it in Israel? They getting rid of Christianity,
You can't
right?
say Jesus or something like that.
Right? They doing that. How you doing that in Israel in the whole so-called Holy Land, right? Well, with the people that's not the people of the people of God, right? The small hats, right? And you getting rid of Christianity.
So lock it.
Go ahead.
I got a precept for those small hats, man. Let's get Job 18 and 11.
Job 18 and 11. Kind of go ahead, grab that, Ken.
On my way. Job 18, verse 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
So lock it. So they mock at us and they cast reproach at us because we're in the lower state. So they're terrified on every side. Read on.
His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side.
We see that now with his kingdom falling down. And destruction is right there at his hand. Go ahead.
It shall devour the strength of his skin, even his firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
Keep going.
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacles, and it shall bring him to the king of terror.
And we all know who the king of terrors is. The king of terrors is coming back with thermonuclear destruction for those small hats. And I yield.
You going? That's it?
That's it on that.
Kind of. Small heads. Uh-oh. You got disconnected. I thought you got another precept.
No, Yashiyah, you on mute.
Oh,
Man, Salaki, my bad. I forgot. Got unmuted the mic. All right, it says those who are happy to witness the downfall of devout people are going to fall into a trap and die a painful death, man. A painful death. Let's grab Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 real quick.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. I'm gonna do another one.
Con.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5.
Well, read on top. Maybe stop. Start at verse 1.
In verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as he afflicted him, and made no account of his laborers.
Read.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terror, with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strength, at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they that look for.
Right, so that's gonna be Lord will is gonna be us, man. Right, they're gonna look at us and be like, man, these niggas being saved. Right, it's gonna be strange to them. Right, and in the way we're gonna be taken up out of here. Right, it's gonna be strange. But read verse 3. What it say?
Verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, thus was he whom we had something in derision and a proverb of reproach.
And reproach, right? They reproached us. They made fun of us. They called us fools, right? They gonna think that we was foolish, right? Right? They mocked us. They mock our downfall, right? They mocked us when we get put to death, right? This is what's gonna happen, right? Read verse 4 is the point.
Verse 4. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
Right? They count our lives madness and our end to be without honor. Right? The fact that we're going out on highways, you know, uh, uh, you know, preaching the word, man, and bringing it out, trying to gather the sheep, right? Trying to bid everybody to marriage, right? They count that foolish. The fact that we take time away from our families to go do the work, going from state to state, going to rebuke the White House. Okay, they call it. They think we foolish. Think we just, niggas that, never had no power. That's just looking for a sense of identity. That's looking for a meaning. We can't be nothing as black men, man, in this kingdom, bro. It's like we can't have no type of power, no type of sense of pride. We always got to be docile and just conjoining with the people, right? But this is gonna be us. Them Satan. Well, Salaki, this is gonna be them in Wisdom of Solomon 5 that gainsay us, and it's gonna come right back on them. They're gonna die, right? It says they're gonna fall into a trap and die a painful death in the GNT, right? The people that mock the righteous, right? Read verse 30. Last verse, son. We done.
All right. Sirach 27, verse 30. Malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have them both.
You a sinful Negard out here. You gonna have malice and wrath, man. Right? You being subject to sin, being carnal, right? Having a carnal mind. That's why Paul said you gotta be in the spirit, man. Right? Be spiritual. Think spiritual. Right? Let's grab that in Romans real quick. To be spiritually minded is life and peace. But to be carnally minded. All right, let's get that in Romans. I believe that's 8.
What's that?
8:6.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
It's life and peace, man. To be spiritually minded, right? Spiritually, change, right? To the point where, it's carrying out through the flesh, through the physical, right? You're not being, 80 towards your brother. You put your hand out there to help your fellow brother and sister in the truth. Being more gentle, being more loving towards your brother and sister, right? But it says, but to be carnally minded is death. So like it is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, right? Read verse 7.
Verse 7, because the carnal minded is enmity against God.
Mm-hmm.
For it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be.
Right? It can't be subject because you're carnally, you're not thinking about the laws. You're thinking about what satisfies your flesh, right? You're not subject to the laws, right? You're not subject to that. But it says, verse 8, it says, so then they are in the flesh and cannot please God, right? If you're in the flesh, you can't please the Most High, man, right? That's why in Sirach, it says, malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and a sinful man shall have them both, right? That's why you got to be spiritually minded and not carnally minded. Always want to satisfy your flesh, committing sin, right? These things go hand in hand, right? But like it says in verse 9, go ahead, read verse 9.
Verse 9, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be in the spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Yashiyah, he is none of his.
Right? He is not none of his, man. Right? So that's why we gotta be changed in the spirit, man. Show that fruit of the spirit, right? I'm gonna read that in the GNT and we're gonna finish out. It says, anger and the hot temper are horrible things, but sinners have them both, man. Right? So you're not gonna have no peace in your life, right? You're not gonna have no sense of peace in your home. like we started out in verse 3 in this chapter, right? Lest you hold yourself diligent, you're gonna have strife in your life, right? You giving heed to sin, you're gonna have strife, you're gonna have anger, you're gonna have a hot temper. A lot of bad things will happen to you. You being a busybody, you talking trash about your brothers and sisters, you relaying secrets that shouldn't be relayed. You just gotta tell somebody. You're gonna have strife in your life, right? You're gonna get judgment. You're gonna lose out on friends. Okay, nobody's gonna like you, right? And in turn, you're gonna be judged for that, right? You cast a stone to hurt somebody, it's gonna come right back at you. Okay, so Lord will y'all learn something tonight, man, with this chapter, and take it to heart. We touched some beautiful topics through the spirit. Honesty, foolish talk, hypocrisy, speech, how you talk people, and just being thorough, man. Be a thorough brother for the next brother, for your friend. If you really call him a friend, go for that, man. Sisters, y'all don't got to talk about everything. You don't have to talk about a sister behind her back and say certain things. So everything don't need to be said. You forgetting Matthew 12 and 38, man, and 36. You forgetting these. Okay, you got to be circumspect about what you're saying, how you feel about people secretly. If you secretly feel a certain way about somebody, you better pray about that thing or address them personally. Go to that man and woman and express how you feel. If they offended you, if you have some type of art, because we just went through Passover. Right, we got another feast day coming up. If we make it to the Day of Atonement, you understand? Some people, they don't make it to the Day of Atonement. They don't make it to Passover. And you're still here. You still got a chance, right?
God.
You still got a chance. You still got a chance to mend things with your brother and sister, you know, and be a brother and sister, not be a gainsayer, just being a whole nigga that was in the world, man. You just brought in the truth. Now you offending people. You don't want to be that, man. So that was Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 27. I mean, Lord will, I built y'all spirit up. Y'all learn something tonight. And this is Wednesday. I'll be back next week, Lord will, with Sirach chapter 20. Read that, ahead of time. But with that, I'm gonna just hand it over to the elder for any announcements. And that's it.
Praises. Another Wisdom Wednesday in the books. Excellent class. The Wada Benji for reading. Hope everybody was listening and taking heed to what the brother was saying and the wisdom that was coming out tonight. All right, a lot of stuff going on in the world. Putin had a assassination attempt. People saying it's false flag. But either way, it's going to be retaliation. So a lot of things going on right now. So it's always good to remain humble. Continue to follow these law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, and watch and pray. The announcements are feast of Simon will be Sunday, May 14th. Thursday, May 18th is the new moon, and Saturday, May 27th is Pentecost. So we got a busy week. A busy month coming up in the next couple of weeks. So prepare yourselves, get ready for these feast days. Where they will be at will be determined at a later date. But Pentecost, as you know, if you need to know the location, just hit me up, okay? But that's all. So Yashiyah, want to bring it on home? If anybody have anything else you want to bring out, we're live stream right now too. So
You straight. That's all good. Yeah, I'm gonna just play the outro and close out in the Lord's Prayer. I'm gonna start recording.
Here y'all call, I'm running. Nightfall, here y'all call, I'm running. Nightfall, here y'all call, I'm running. Crack of dawn, here y'all call, I answer. Sin spread, I'm stage 5, it's cancer. Ghetto child, I'm in poverty, but hit the lottery. I'm in the light, now I can find my way. It's open, I see the end, spot a mile away. And close it. Nightfall, here y'all call, I'm coming. Nightfall, here y'all call, I'm coming. I said, but did not yet know the Lord.
All right, Shalom, family. This your humble brother Yashiyah coming on behalf of HOI and HOI Philly. Just to remind you, subscribe to many of our channels that we had to edify the body, man. We got HOI Mustard Seed. Don't forget to subscribe to HOI Mustard Seed. Elder bringing out many sit-down lessons, many new moon lessons, everything you need, man. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Set Apart Network. All right, you get all the camp videos here, all around HOI, okay? All the camps all over the country, man. Okay, recaps with Mighty Brother Yashiyah right there, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to HOI Las Vegas. All right, Brother Kadash out there bringing out many lessons, man, through the Spirit. Okay, many sit-down lessons also with the Elder. Okay, a lot of edification going on out there in Las Vegas, man. So don't forget to subscribe to HOI Las Vegas. Also, HOI Atlanta. Don't forget to subscribe to HOI Atlanta, man. You got Shower Par out there. You got Chief Ephraim. You got Brother Irene. All right, many sit-down lessons, many new moon lessons, okay, many feast day lessons. Also, you can catch the lives, the HOI Thursday night calls. Okay, if you missed it on the Thursday night call, don't even worry about it. You come on HOI Atlanta, catch it there live, man. It's recorded. And watch it back. All right, get further edified as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe to HOI Philadelphia, man. We got the Elder Kasaj out of there. Okay, Mighty Brother Yaradon. Okay, the Brother Yashiyah as well. Metathiah. Many brothers coming out of HOI Philly, man. So don't forget to support these channels. Okay, you get many videos, many things you can learn and edification. Also, last but not least, support Israelite-owned businesses, man. The Brother Kasaja got a book out on Amazon. The Elder Kasaja, The Art of Anger, man. It's #1 on Amazon. #1 when the brother released it. Took the first place, man. All right. So don't forget to support the brother. Add it to your cart. No hesitation. Proceed to check out, man. Don't forget to support Israelite-owned business and support the house of Israel. Shalom. All right. All right, let me stop recording real quick for the channel. All right, cool. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all a chance to face the east. We're gonna close out in the Lord's Prayer. We're gonna close out in the Lord's Prayer, thoughts from curses. It's the Lord's Prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawati Nawa, Wala'ah, Tabi Nawa, Banasai 1, Babal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Wa'ala, Waratharath, Lai Walamyam, Amen. It's book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Wadi Hawa, Wadi Hawa, Wadi Hawa. Wadi Hawa, we come to you today to thank you as a congregation, as a body, humbly, to thank you for allowing us to see another day and gather through the Spirit and learn some more wisdom from our brother Sirach. I ask that you continue to allow us to learn in these last days and to be better brothers and sisters for each other, without the characteristics of the world as we come out the world, to shut off that old man and old woman we used to be. I pray that you continue to give us the Holy Spirit, Yahweh, and continue to keep our candle lit, and continue to keep us away from wickedness and out of harm's way, Yahweh. As long as we remain diligent to you, Yahweh, and remain diligent in these commandments. I want to pray for the death and destruction of the wicked and all the nations that raise their hands against the children of Israel, to destroy us and continue to destroy us to this day and commit usury upon us, and gainsay us, Yahweh. I want to pray for their downfall and their destruction speedily, Yahweh Baruch Shah. Also, I want to pray for more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding, more peace, more patience, more love, and also more fear in these last days as we come upon Jacob's trouble in these last few prophecies, Yahweh. There's an extreme lack of fear of you, Yahweh, and I know you're going to make your name known and fortify your name in the earth, Yahweh. And I want to pray that you keep me fearful of you as well as my brothers and sisters in this truth, and not slothful, Yahweh. And I want to thank you for all things and sending your son as a sacrifice that we may have a chance in the kingdom of heaven. Through your son Yahweh Shai, we humbly pray. By Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai, the water, the yad, the walam. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 John. All right, family. Appreciate y'all staying with me and everything. I'll be back next week, Lord will, with another Wisdom Wednesday. Malachi, the water for read for me too. No matter that.
Thank you, fam. Thank you for the practice. In all due respect, brother.
All praises Most High, the bar.
Man. All right, so I love y'all, man, and to the brothers, Yahweh Shimi Ashabakatam.
Yahweh Shem.
To the sisters, Yahweh Shimi Awashai Shamarathon. And I appreciate the participation too with everybody too, man, and the precepts and everything. Makes the class enjoyable, man, and motivates me when I see everybody participating, and it keeps me motivated, man. It keeps all of us motivated that actually make the sacrifice and want to teach the congregation and everything. So I appreciate that. But with that, we gonna end the lesson. I ain't got really much to say. Who else on it still? All right. I know Yashiyah, you still on here, Ott? I know he was recording a lesson. I don't know if he stopped it. No problem, beloved. Shalom, King. Kazak. Brother Kazak. All right, so let's do it. All right, Yakin. I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna log off. I'll see y'all next week, guys. Shalom.
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 Shalom, family.
Shalom.
You say